Full send.
Shift to drive.
Hakman made the same. All right. I forgot to put it into drive. Good.
With gas prices being record high, the question on everyone's mind, is it worth buying a used EV?
Excellent question, Hakman. I think we need to find and answer this very difficult question for you and our viewers in general. So let's give you our thoughts.
Behind me is a 2017 Tesla Model 3. It's a base standard plus range and it has 82,000 kilometers.
Wow.
So let's find out if it's worth switching to EV in today's day and age.
The viewers out there, if you own a Model 3 or any of the Tesla or any of the EVs, for example, that you're charging at home in Canada, tell us how much your hydro bill is or has increased because of your EV. The first thing that hits you for the first time, and for all the viewers of yours, it's my first time sitting in this car, right?
Correct.
It's very Spartan.
Initial impression?
Yeah.
Not bad,
Okay.
but I'm sitting in a car that's supposed to be competing with luxury, correct?
Right, absolutely. No, Hakman, I've been thinking about something. We've looked at the panel gaps, by the way, and I know we'll get a lot of flack on particularly the point that the build quality.
Yeah.
What did you think about the build quality and the panel gaps on the exterior of the car today?
So that is something I don't expect from any manufacturer
At any price point.
at any price point.
Let alone a price point which exceeds literally a resale aftermarket price point of $60,000.
Yeah.
Easy.
Exactly, and that it literally feels like it was an amateur who wanted to fit that fender or a
Absolutely.
panel
Yeah.
and just didn't have the skills
No.
to, so that's something, at any price point that should not
That's
be,
unacceptable.
it should be unacceptable.
I 100% agree with you on that. And, honestly, never expected that from Tesla, and I hope in 5 years of manufacturing Model 3, they're able to overcome that, and it would be very interesting, Hakman, to actually see what the new facelift Tesla Model 3s look like.
Exactly,
I would be very, very curious now.
and I think
Have
they-
you had the chance to look at any newer Teslas recently?
I haven't.
Okay.
So that is what we will try to get and
I think
compare.
that would be very smart to actually tell our viewers
Yeah.
exactly what 5 years later looks like.
Yeah, and has Tesla as a manufacturing company learned from their mistakes?
Absolutely.
Because that is very important as a manufacturer
Yeah.
to learn from your mistakes. So, Average Joe,
Yep.
first time driving EV,
Super pumped, man.
first time driving the pioneer of EV.
It's going to be a momentous occasion, man. I don't know what to expect.
This is what EV
Yes.
sounds like.
Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing. It's a big nothing, guys.
It's a big nothing.
Born ready, buddy.
Let's do it.
3.
2, 1, go! A little slow off the line there,
The
bud.
launch was slow, but I think once it gets off,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like, I don't even know when it went to 80.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
it's,
like that.
It's
It's instant.
exactly.
And I think as a first time driver, the first thing that hit me is there is no noise. So I'm hearing noises which I've never heard, like suspension, okay?
The handling. This is my time to shine.
This is our corner. And let's see how we take the corner. Oh my god, that's incredible.
This is like
That's incredible.
illegal speeds.
That is incredible. Oh my god.
And the car didn't even flinch.
It didn't even,
But
it's phenomenal how it handled.
the reason it does it so well
Yeah.
is because of that battery being
At
at the
low
bottom.
center of gravity,
Yeah.
man.
And it helps
That
you.
changes that.
Yeah.
It really does. And you can feel how grounded you feel. There's no drama to this madness right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing.
And Hakman, honestly, again, yes, Tesla will have competitors.
Yeah.
Yes, we will have much better price points for us as the average consumers.
Yeah.
But the future of what we drive has fundamentally been changed by Tesla, and you have to give Tesla credit on that, right?
You do.
All right. Your launch was way
baby,
better,
brake
man.
boost.
Your launch was way. So what did you just do?
I used an old trick that we used to use on turbo cars, brake boosting. It works.
That
Works.
was badass. Honestly, this has been one of the most enjoyable days of my life. Please be aware, viewers, this is really important advice, by the way. Do not drive your Tesla Model 3 like it's fully autonomous in Canada, by the way. It's going to disengage on corners where you think you'd be taking a turn. It's not going to turn.
Exactly. And that is something to be aware of.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Because they don't advertise that heads up for every user out there.
No.
Imagine a person who just got it and he's just using it for the first time.
Exactly.
That's pretty scary.
It is. Like, it's something that I don't know if the Tesla salesman or when you pick up the car, if they tell you that all of this.
Because it's called the Autopilot.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned earlier about the fact that the cost of maintenance, by the way, there are no moving parts to this.
Exactly.
To this Model 3, right?
Yeah, like there's no.
You just need to do brake pad servicing, for example, just here and there.
Yeah, your tires. Now, again, like we can't attest to the quality of the suspension or the control arms and stuff because he did replace under warranty.
But they were under warranty.
The upper control arms that he replaced.
Yeah.
That is my critique, I guess.
Okay.
They shouldn't be failing at 80,000 kilometers.
Absolutely.
That's
100%.
a part that can last you like over 200,000 kilometers if the quality is good. So that is something alarming.
And I would be very curious again to know that in recent models, the newer models, has the issue repeated itself or not? Because if they're not learning from their mistakes, because I have heard of similar issues in their other newer models as well. I would be very curious to know.
Exactly, and that's something I would love to find out because that is a big knock on their quality then and their quality control procedure because obviously someone's not doing their job, right?
Absolutely. That, honestly, at this price point, there is no excuses whatsoever.
Yeah. Shouldn't be an excuse at any price point because if you're a manufacturer, this is a safety issue, right?
No, and plus Japanese in general have made, they've set the bar with regards to quality control.
Yeah.
And with regards to giving you a superior product experience, even when you go to the entry-level sedan, say a Honda Civic, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot say anything bad about the build quality because it will run, man. As long as you need.
And you know how they say you get what you pay for, right?
Literally.
So
I hope Elon Musk does the same.
Yeah.
They're not like groundbreaking something which is fundamentally flawed by them. Can you tell me what it feels like not having a heads-up display after being used to it? It's having all that information that are present in the middle of your console, but not to you as a driver.
To me, it's an unforgivable sin. And the reason I say that is, as much as I love their tech, as a driver, you should be looking ahead and you shouldn't be...
It's a safety.
Exactly.
100%.
So, yes...
You should be looking and focusing on the road ahead.
Not away from it.
In the middle of your, on your right.
Exactly. And that's something I noticed when I was driving at night as well. The steering has only 2 buttons. And you can't, and you can hardly see anything because most steering wheels right now, yes, they're a little busy. But the light and from the steering and the cluster is enough that you can at least, it's a little bright.
Visibility is not
a concern.
And at least the steering wheel itself is also illuminated,
exactly.
Right? I feel like they really need to think about that.
Yeah.
You're a petrol head. You've been driving some gas guzzlers, right? No secrets there. And I've known this guy since school, right? Tell me, what was it like when you drove a Tesla for the very first time? What is it like?
Electrifying. That's what I would say.
All puns intended. Big one.
Steering feel.
Big one. Tell us.
I was actually amazed when you put this thing into sport. And now this doesn't have anything else apart from changing the steering.
Right.
In sport, it's a very heavy feel. It's a very sporty feel.
Right.
And the car does whatever you want it to do.
It complies.
Big plus for me. the infotainment system and the software on it. And this is probably one of the best touch
by
screens
far
you will ever have.
By far. It's like having an iPad dedicated for your car and an iPad Pro at that.
Yeah.
Not just the baseline.
No. Exactly.
So we agree. So we do agree at some point.
Exactly. And navigation. Like when we had to find something.
Silky smooth.
Yeah. Finds it right away. So that is a big plus for people who travel a lot to places that they don't know how to get to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That is something that's seamless.
Yeah.
And that is a big positive for me as a consumer.
Yeah. It's absolutely, you cannot fault it for the kind of responsiveness that it has.
Yeah.
Impeccable, right? We agree?
It is. The software on this, the display on this, the touch on this. A lot of manufacturers go touchscreen, but the touchscreen is really bad.
Yeah.
This is spot on.
Absolutely.
Navigation, spot on.
Spot on.
You hardly have to type the whole thing to get to where you have to.
Yeah.
And it really does a good job when it comes to infotainment, software, and having the whole ecosystem inside
just baked into it, right?
Exactly. A lot of manufacturers, I find, they always get the wireless charging wrong.
Yeah.
Because
and why is that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you have the answer, but if you look at the wireless charger here, I can still see my phone clearly.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Most of the manufacturers, like, it's so hidden.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
You can't
if the
really
phone's not
reach it.
connected to the car, right? Yeah. If I don't want to connect my phone, it's there. If there's a message or something, I don't have to look for it. It's just there.
It is.
So that is a big plus for me. I think Tesla got this right.
Yeah, it did.
And that is something a lot of manufacturers.
The placement of the wireless charging, I agree with Hakman on this one. I'll give you that. When you look up, you'll get a pretty sizable glass size up there.
Yeah,
and that's
not a sunroof.
Fine. It's a panoramic roof, sir.
Yeah.
I apologize. I stand corrected.
Exactly.
But for a base model, that's still a very, very hefty offering.
I have said this in a few reviews.
Yeah.
Now. I do think, yes, if it breaks, it's a big pain in, pain in the butt. But I do think it adds a more homely or cozy feel to the car.
Aesthetics, eh?
Yeah. It's just, and when I look up, I can see the sky.
Yeah.
The Canadian skies, the blue skies,
Showing you exactly how awkward the entry angle for me is. See? First, I've been really uncomfortable, and I shared that with Hakman. So what happened is, the EV batteries are actually right at the bottom of the car, right behind us, right? So the pillars are a bit raised. So when we sit, our initial seating position, my thighs can barely touch the seats underneath. So 30 minutes into the drive, I was uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
I am very, very surprised by the fact that for the driver, you got no information in the cluster in front of the driver, so you always have to stare at the screen on your right, which jeopardizes the road safety of you and the people around you.
I just feel that if there was even a heads-up display for me to just look straight, it would be a good thing for Tesla and as a consumer.
As you can see, every time we sit, we'll keep hitting our kneecaps, constantly hitting the screen, by the way. That can never be good.
Yeah, or even if they had an option of raising it, like just the steering, so that, again, Average Joe is above average for North American height. Right. I'm below average for North American height. He's having a hard time sitting in this with his seat fully reclined. Yeah. And he's still touching his knee every time. So imagine if he's sitting as a passenger for a longer drive. Yeah. Would you be annoyed?
I would definitely be annoyed.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a design flaw, wouldn't you think?
I think it is. There is no physical barrier between the glass.
Yeah. No visor, nothing.
And it actually adds a lot of heat and wind noise. And in winter time, it will be heat loss.
Oh, yeah.
The suspension and your seat.
Yeah.
Those are two things that I look at as if I'm going for a daily driver.
Okay.
If I'm going for a car that I'm going to drive on the weekends, I don't care.
No, absolutely.
And people who have that money obviously have another car.
Oh yeah.
68,000 Canadian when it came.
Okay, wow.
In today's market,
Right.
the average price you can pay anywhere from 50 to 60,000
Right.
Canadian, depending on the mileage
Exactly.
and all the options. And
Right, absolutely. Hakman, oil prices have gone up. That's why people will consider this car right now very, very realistically, okay?
they will, and I think this is maybe the perfect time for people as well who want to switch or who've been thinking about switching
Absolutely.
to EV. But in 2022, the good thing is you have a market that has a lot of EVs that have come out.
Yeah.
So as an average consumer,
Yeah.
driving this car for a while,
Right.
I would suggest you do your research. There's a lot of alternatives for this price point or even under.
Yeah.
Dare I say Hyundai Ioniq 5?
I think that's a very iconic look, honestly.
I was talking to the owner of this car.
All right.
He's the first owner,
Right.
and he's had it since day one.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
The things that he had to change:
Yeah.
upper control arms under warranty,
Yeah.
and he had some issues with the charging port.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Covered in warranty as well.
Covered under warranty. Now, these are the only two problems he had. Now, if you are wondering maintenance costs,
Yeah.
obviously you don't have the cost of engine or like any
All
drive
the moving
belts,
parts?
transmission.
Exactly.
You don't
No
have
oil
that.
changes?
Exactly. Now, that being said,
Yeah.
don't forget that you will still have the cost of suspension,
Yeah.
like control arms,
Absolutely.
brakes.
Servicing brakes, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind when you're buying it, and
Absolutely.
tires is the big thing. Apart from that, he said he had an amazing run with the car.
And that's the first model of the Tesla Model 3, which speaks volumes
Exactly.
about.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of research and development developing this car. It
They
shows.
did. They
it
did.
genuinely shows.
Yeah.
You can change the length of the car seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
But the fundamental technology,
stays the
bang
same.
on the money. Model 3, most likely audience, young mothers, corporate executives, people who work security services, again, people who are doing really well economically speaking.
Exactly.
They know their BMWs, they know their Audis. So this is not a knock on anyone. We're just saying when you're looking at 70,000 Canadian plus, you will be looking at those as your competitors, by the way. You will not be looking at Honda Civics and stuff, okay?